My name is Will. Welcome to Bash Party, also known as Bash Party Scripting. What is Bash Party Scripting? Well, for one, it's a repo you could clone right now and run on your computer. It comes with a sample audio file, and it's going to blink a lot of ASCII art to your screen. It's pretty simple. We're going to see this flash on the screen in a second. It just plays music, and then there's a little strobe light that flickers the art. It's pretty modular. You can step through each function if you wanted to. There's some fun stuff going on in there. So what are some reasons why we're doing this? Well, maybe as a developer, you've been in this kind of situation before. You have some downtime, like you want to finish testing your code, but the test server's down. You're like, oh, what do I do? Do I context switch to something else? Well, no. In this case, you want to have a bash party. So that's one example. Let's talk about some other useful use cases. For one, I wanted to learn more shell scripts. I've always run them as a developer working with web technologies and mobile, but a lot of times when they went wrong, I'd have to debug them, and I'd be like, what is all this cryptic language? Like, they spell the word if backwards to like end the if statement, like all this really weird stuff, all these brackets, variable expansion. So I wanted to just go through some documentation, figure it out better. I once made an audio visualizer, so this was kind of like an expansion upon that passion of mine for music and audio. Media, you can insert it into like a video clip, something for like marketing. Before I had the music, I played it from the trade show booth just to see if people would be like what the heck is going on in your screen? Because our booth was effective too, but I wanted to see like what the screen would do. Opening ceremonies, closing ceremonies, all hands, maybe an IPO party one day would be cool. Finally, explaining what you do for a living. So if you're on like an airplane, someone sees your screen, or you're like at a coffee shop and they're like, what do you do? You can be like, I have fun. Okay, so let's take a look at design and dev. One principal thing here was like, I didn't want any dependencies. I wanted this thing to be like widely installable, not dependent on your Linux distro and so forth. To play an MP3, it uses something called AF Play. That was like a Unix MacBook utility. Tput for color. I want to make it so it installs some things so it'll run on my Linux Ubuntu machine. Optional, I'm passing a lot of command line flags you're going to see, so maybe just get a config file where you like comment in what you want to use, comment out what you don't want to use. I wanted to stream an audio file so that you could like curl download this script from my local server, and then it'll just start running. And I got bash scripts to run like that. I've seen installs work that way, but then like serving the audio file was tough, and I didn't think many people would like want to use this. Concurrency, getting the strobe light and play music to run in parallel had some issues sometimes when I wanted more advanced functionality. ASCII art I generated online. There is a module on Linux called Figlet that'll do it for you. This was my favorite place for documentation for getting it rather than Googling it. Let's take a look at a couple other things you can do. So you can play a random song if you pass the random flag. Get a little something else going. So I've got about 6 songs right now in the directory. Another thing you can do, you can tell it what song you want, or you could even do a color. Back to the basics. So now, this has all been like techno so far, but like that's kind of lame. Like, whose idea was that? It was mine. So we're gonna pick something that's a little bit more like congruent with like how badass Sentry is. So I was thinking like Sentry can handle like millions of events per second, and that's really cool. So I wanted some music that's more like fast and intense, like 16th notes, 32nd notes. So I'm gonna get a song ready that's kind of reflective of that. This is maybe like, I don't know, the inner soul of Sentry, that hidden spirit, what it is to you, what it is to Sentry. We're gonna take the volume down, or we'll just turn it up if I can't from here. How about some Slayer? Come on, guys. So we're gonna build it up here. The beat breaks. Things are gonna let loose. This is the Bash Party 2019. Thank you, Hack Week Sentry 2019. Frantic minds will terrify life.